Any? The next person, Phương. What is the blender for? What do you use the blender for? Similar to people here, I use it to mince meat. Okay, I understand. I understand the blender can do a lot of job, but what about you? What do you use it for the most? I use it for mincing shrimp, mincing fish, mincing meat. Also, for grinding vegetable. Okay. What kind of vegetable would you put in the blender to mince, to grind? Pumpkin, carrot, yes. And what else? Well, different kind of vegetable, different days. Okay, got it. Okay, anything else? What else? What else do you actually use the blender for? Also, I use it to grind porridge. To grind porridge, yes. Also, to grind porridge. Okay, got it. What about you, Jan? What about you, Jan? What about you? Well, if I want to cook shrimp soup, I would mince the shrimp. If I want to cook crab soup, I would grind crab. Okay. And what about smoothie? What about smoothie? What about drink? Do you also use the blender? Yes. Well, I can make smoothie in a week as well. Anything else? Is there anything else? No. No. I also make paste, fish paste or squid paste, etc. Okay. And anything else? Okay, question. What about you, Don? What do you use the blender for? What is that for? What is that for? For mixing the fish. And anything else? For mixing the fish, for example. And also for making smoothie. Also for making smoothie, that's right. Okay, well understood. Okay, now another question. So, between mincing meat versus grinding vegetable, are there any differences? I need to cut the vegetable and fruit into small pieces before I grind them. Right. And after I mince the meat, I have to wash the knife very carefully because a lot of meat would be stuck into the knife. Okay, well understood. Got it. And I also have to press and then stop. Press and stop all the time. Well understood. Okay, got it. So I actually have to stop after every 30 seconds or 1 minute. Is that something inconvenient? Is that something that makes you feel tired? Do you get tired? Do you actually get tired? Actually some machine can be turned off by itself. Well understood. Some machine can be turned off can be turned off automatically. Well understood. And what else? Okay, I don't even need to wait. Okay, I don't have to count. Got it. Okay. Is there any machine that can be turned on and turned off automatically? Any machine like that? So, is there any machine, if there's a machine that can be switched on and then switch off automatically, would you need it? That is okay. That is a good way to limit the machine from getting burned, from burning itself. That's right. That is a way to limit. Okay, got it. And that is actually a very good way to prevent the machine from getting burned. Okay. Okay, because I just asked. Well, another question. The last person, what about your blender at home? What is it for? What is it mainly for? It's for mincing meat, it's for grinding porridge, it's for making smoothie to drink. Okay, got it. Oh, not a lot. Right, not a lot. Okay, well understood. Anything else? It's like that. It's just mainly for those kind of it's mainly for those kind of use. Okay, so I want you to tell me a little bit more. Okay, listen, without a blender, how would the cooking be different? Without a blender, how would the cooking be different? Okay. Is there any dishes that you cannot cook without the blender? Any? Smoothie. I cannot make smoothie without a blender. Anything else? I also often make soy milk. Without a blender, I cannot make soy milk. Okay. So, drink, right? You cannot make drink without, you cannot make smoothie. That's right. Okay. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? Is there anything else? It would take a lot of time. Okay, well understood. Now, question. Is there any kind of food that you think you can do it, you can make it without a blender? Garlic, chili. I don't need to grind garlic and chili. Okay. Similarly, is there any other kind of food that you choose not to put into the blender because it doesn't perform that well? Anything? Whatever will that give very strong smell. Okay. And is there anything else you don't choose to put into the blender because you're afraid of the smell and you're afraid it's not good? Do you know like ham? You know like pork paste? I don't put into the blender. Pork paste, yes. Because you know if I make paste by the blender, you know the paste would not be pasty. It would not be sticky. That's why in that case we actually have to use the manual meat mincer. Okay, so clearly garlic, chili, whatever that is very smelly, you would not use the blender. That's right. Okay, well understood. What do you want to say? Whatever I really need to make it very finely minced or finely ground, then I would use a blender. Okay, if I still want to see the pieces, I would slice, chop. Okay, I am going to show on the screen a few products. So I'm going to show the pictures of your products, of your blender. And you're gonna tell me the story why you buy the blender, okay? Actually, they are the ones that you are using at home. Okay, I wonder if you have seen this. Can you see now? Not yet. Haven't seen anything. Still your face, right? Still my face? Yeah, still my face. Okay, can you see now? That's right, that's right. Okay. The first one is actually the blender of foam. Can you please explain your current blender? What is it? See, I have two containers. That's right. Okay. So, suppose you want to sell me this blender. How would you describe this blender? How would you describe this blender? The color is white gray. So the color is white gray. Okay. So there are two containers, a big one and a small one. Any other accessories that come along? Okay. Do you remember when you purchased this? How much do you pay for this? Philips. 1.5 million. Okay. So, can you tell me the reason why you chose this? There are actually two containers. Two containers, yes. One is for grinding with water, and one is for mixing or milling. How about the colors? The color is gray and white, which look very clean. When you chose, were there a lot of colors to choose? Well, when I chose, there were only gray. Yeah, there were only gray. Okay. Why did you choose the brand Philips? What are another brand? Why Philips? Because Philips is actually a famous brand. Philips is a brand of Holland. Okay? But there are so many famous brands. Why do you choose a Holland brand? Why don't you choose a different brand? There are so many brands in the market, right? Yes. But this brand is being used by a lot of people. Okay. How do you know this one is used by a lot of people? Because a lot of my friends are using it. Okay. And they said this one is good. Well, this one is good. You know, the design is good, etc. Okay. And what else? Okay, another question. What about the small container? What is a small container for? What is a small container for? A small container, yes. What is a small container for? A small container is actually for milling and for mincing. Okay? Well understood. Okay, question. How long have you been using Philips? A year. So over the past 1 year, how was the experience you had with this? Out of 10, how many score do you give? I'd reduce 1 score. Why you reduce 1 score? Say, actually I don't like, well, sometimes the water leak out, especially it happened with a small container. Sometimes I put the container upside down to stop mixing. The water inside the small container would come out, would leak out. Is anything you dislike? No. Nothing else. Okay? Now the next person. The next person. This one is Hằng. Tell me about this, Hằng. Tell me about the blender. This one doesn't have the stir, you know, the stirring tool. That's the thing I don't like. Sorry. This one has the stirring tool. Actually, I bought this one to grind food for my child. Okay. Do you remember the reason why you chose this? Do you remember the price? It was a long time ago. I don't remember the price. Yeah. Okay. What brand is it? Blacker. Yeah, the brand is Blacker. I think the brand is Chinese. Okay. So, do you remember the reason why you chose this? Why did you choose this? Why did you choose this brand, this blender? Well, at that time, Philips was more expensive. This one was far more affordable. So if I want to buy a Philips blender, I would have to spend at least 2 million. Okay? This one seems better. This one is cheaper. Okay? So based on the price to decide. Okay. So at that time you chose because of the price. Yes. I chose because of the price. Anything else? Well understood. Now you have, and there's also only the small blender. Is there anything that go together? No. There's nothing else that go together. So do you use a small container for a lot of work? I only use it once in a while. Okay. Is there anything you want to complain about the small one? Is there anything you are not happy about? No. Okay. As you said before, there were a few things that you were not happy about the blender. How many years have you been using it? I guess 4 years. Okay. Over the past 4 years, you've been using it. How many scores do you want to give? I give 8. Why do you reduce 2 scores? Listen, it's very noisy. Was it noisy when you first bought it? After using it for a while, it became noisy. When you first bought it, was it noisy? Yes. When I first bought it, it was noisy. Okay. Well understood. That's something you are not happy about. It's rather noisy. Yes. Is there anything you are not happy about? No stir, no stirring tool. This one doesn't have. This one doesn't have any tool to stir. Anything else? Nothing else. It doesn't have any programs. It doesn't have any mode. Okay. I really want a kind of mode that allow me to crush ice. This one doesn't have anything to crush the ice. Okay, well understood. That's why. How about other aspects like energy efficient? Well, or safety? Do you have any problem? No problem. Okay. So let's move on to the next one. Okay. Who is the owner of this? TG, yes. Who are using this? blender also has two containers, and is glass. Well, one is glass and the other one is plastic. So when I went to buy, I really like it. But actually, because the container is glass, that's why it's so heavy. So it's inconvenient for me to store, and also inconvenient for me if I want to carry it along, because very likely to be broken. Okay. In terms of the program, the blender is programmed to be turned off after working for about more than 10 seconds. And the thing I dislike about the small one is that the small one is a little bit too small. Okay. So the small one can only contain about 100 grams. Okay. I really want the small one to be able to contain like 200 grams. Well understood. Because when I put something in to grind, I really want, the ingredient to still have space inside the container. Okay? So I really want a container to have, to be bigger, to have more space, to take about 200 grams. Okay? When I use it to make soy milk, it actually can give me very great ground soybean. So I can make soy milk easily. Okay? And for the small one, it's actually a little bit difficult to wash. Say if I use it to mince meat, and I don't wash the knife carefully, the next day, there would be meat stuck inside and give very rotten smell. Okay? Well understood. So, you do have to pay attention to a lot of things. How many scores do you give this one? How many scores do you give this one? I pay $1.1 million for this one. It is not too expensive. Right. It is not too expensive. I give this one about 8 score. Okay. So, tell me about the moment when you purchased it. The container was glass, that's why it was pretty premium. Yes, it was pretty premium, that's right. Anything else? But actually, when I actually use it, I realized the container is a little bit too heavy and very easy to be broken. So I really have to store. Yes, I really have to store carefully. Well understood. And anything else? Okay, well understood. And it's very noisy. How do you know it's noisy? How do you know it's noisy? Suppose you put in the kitchen, how do you know it's noisy? Well, actually when I put my hand on the lid when it's working, it actually makes my hand shaking. Yeah, it's a little bit too noisy. Okay, and I'm so afraid that the glass gonna be broken. Yeah, it is so easy for the glass to be broken. Okay, well understood. Got it. Okay, well understood. So, you chose it. You chose it because of the glass. Yes, any other reason for choosing it? But I believe you know all of the blenders are noisy and all of the blenders are shaking. Well understood. Okay. Another question. When you chose this blender, and you chose it because of the glass container. Any other reason for choosing Panasonic? How much? 1.1 million down. Okay. What do you think about that price? I think the price was just right. The price at that time was just affordable. Okay. And this price was affordable. You know, to me, if it's more than 2 million down, expensive. Okay, well understood. And tell me the reason why you choose Panasonic, not another brand. Well, Panasonic was a very famous brand, and Panasonic was a pretty famous brand, and I didn't intend to buy Panasonic. Okay. And I just went to the supermarket and I saw it and I bought it. Okay. Got it. Well understood. So, you actually chose the model, and you know, because you like this one and it happened to be Panasonic. You didn't intend to choose Panasonic. That's right. Okay. Well understood. Let's go to the next one. This one is jam. Oh, it's still very new. I've been using this one for a year. Okay. Tell me about your blender. This one is the best one. Yeah, this one is the best one. And they actually well, different levels, and I normally use number 2. Okay. Level, actually there are stronger level and weaker level. Okay. And what else? Anything else? You know the reason why I choose Panasonic? Because for electronic appliances, we really like Panasonic. Okay, so how much you pay for this one? Do you remember? 1.3 million. But you also have the tool to stir. What is it? What is it? Where is it? No. Well, actually it was attached with the lid. Yeah, there is actually something to attach with the lid. Okay. Well understood. Another question. How many score do you give this one out of 10? I give this one 10 score because it's very, very quiet and it's able to grind very well. Nothing that you complain? Right, nothing that I complain. I actually heard from my relatives. Relatives? Yes. I heard from my relatives. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Who is the owner of this blender? Hạnh. Who is the owner? No. No one. The next person, the one. Yes. Okay, tell me about the blender. I bought this one 5 years ago. And at that time, you know, my child was started eating solid food. So I had to buy it to grind. And I went to the electronic supermarket. And you know, I listened to the salesman and realized the price was very reasonable. So I bought it. Okay. And at that time, apart from 700k, 800k, the price was very affordable. Apart from the price, any other reason why you bought it? And you know, this brand has a lot of products. This brand has rice cooker, air conditioner, variety of appliances. So, and the sales people are very enthusiastic. So I decided to buy it. Okay? Well understood. I decided to buy it. It is very reasonable. Okay, got it. So how many years have you been using it? 3-4 years. Okay? 3-4 years, that's right. Over the past 3-4 years, how many score do you want to give this? I give 8. I give 8 because it's still a little bit shaking. Yeah. It's still a little bit shaking. Okay? Anything else? Well, the small container is too tiny. So was it shaking right from the beginning? At the beginning, it doesn't shake a lot. Later on, it shakes more. And the small one is so small. Is there anything else you are not happy about? Anything else you are not happy about? Oh, it cannot be turned off automatically. I have to turn it off by myself. Okay. So you chose this color. And you chose this color, right? Why did you choose this color? This color I chose by myself. There were also other colors. Okay? You chose the color because you like it, right? Yes. Why do you choose this color, light green? Reason why? Reason why? Reason why you chose this? Okay. Question. Another question. The next one is the last one of Miss Phương. Phương. Is it yours, Phương? Yes. Can you tell me about your blender? Well, nothing special about my blender. Well, I actually wanted to buy a blender and I went to an electronic store and I picked this. The price was affordable and it actually meets my needs. And this one is also very energy efficient. Okay? And what else? So, tell me the reason why you choose this brand, Lawson. Why not another brand? Because you know, other brands were pretty expensive. Okay? Other brands was pretty expensive. Anything else? This one cost just $400,000-$500,000. The price was very cheap. Okay? Well understood. The price is really affordable. Yeah, the price really affordable. Okay? Well understood. And that's the reason why I choose it. Okay? Anything else? So actually at the moment I need to use even more often, so probably I buy another one. Now listen, how many score do you give this? 9. Oh, you give this one 9 score, yes. What about the small one? Do you actually use the small one for a lot of work? For a lot of tasks? Not really. Not really. And I actually use this big one more and the small one less. Well understood. And it's really easy to wash this. Yeah. Tell me a little bit more. So, is there anything you are not happy about? What are you not happy about? Well, I have to say it is not very quiet. It is pretty noisy. And at the moment, I do need to use more. I do need to use it more. Okay, and I really want it to be turned off automatically. Okay, and but I have to say, at this price, this product is pretty good. Okay, I have the last section. And I really want you to spend about 5 minutes to do things. Okay, so imagine the next time you buy the blender, how would you describe the ideal blender? From the shape, size, function, price, brand. Okay, you're gonna spend about 3 to 5 minutes to think about all of the aspects. Okay, and describe the ideal one. All right. If you want to go to the restroom, you can go to the restroom now. Okay. Okay, you can discuss together, but you also have to keep your individual opinion. Okay, try not to be influenced by others. All right. Okay. Okay, alright. So, I'm back. And can you describe with me? Can you describe to me? Think about the dishes you often cook. And think about the ideal blender. So we really want these. We really want a small container not to leak water out, and we also want the blender to be turned off automatically. Okay, and what else? And we want the size of the small container to be bigger. Ah, okay. So, is there anything else? And the knife. I want the knife to be positioned horizontally, not vertically. Okay, is there anything else you want? Anything else do you want? And I really want the blender to be turned off automatically. Okay? Anything else? I really want it to be turned off automatically. Okay? And what else? I want the blender not to be noisy. Okay. I want the price to be affordable with good quality. How much do you want to pay for the ideal one? 1.3 million or less. Okay. What do you want next? Anything else you want? That's all. That's all I want. Okay. I want the container to be plastic, not glass. Okay. But it really depends on the manufacturer actually. Okay. And glass is okay too. Yeah, glass is okay too. And what else? But actually plastic is better, easier to use. Okay? Well understood. And I want the knife to be sharp. Yes. I want the knife to be sharp. Sharper. Okay. Well understood. So, when you choose a blender, how do you know if the knife is sharp or not sharp? I have to open and test. Really. I have to open and test it. Okay. So, well, how do you want the knife to be? How do you want the shape of the knife to be? How do you want the shape of the knife to be? Okay, I can test and I know the knife is sharp or not. Okay, is there anything else you want? How about the accessories? Any accessories you want to come with? Any attachment? Apart from the small container, apart from the stirring tool, is there anything else you want to attach? What else you want to attach? Now, can you imagine? Think about the ideal one. You can request it to be premium or not premium. Anything you want? Anything do you want? Anything do you want? Okay. Is there anything you want that you want to have? I want to be able to remove the knife to wash. In that case, I can wash easily. Or, is there anything else? Okay, so anyways, you really I want a set of different kind of knife. So I can actually remove the knife, wash the knife, and put the knife back in. That's right. Okay? Imagine. Whatever you want, you can just feel free to describe. I also want other extra knife to replace. Okay. What about the color and what about the brand? I just want basic colors like white, black. Okay. White, black, blue is okay too. A lot of people also like blue. Okay. Black, white, gray, or blue. Okay. Sorry. Do you want green or do you want blue? How do you want? What kind of color do you want? Okay? What kind of color do you want to buy when you look at? Okay? What kind of color do you want? I want the color to be all brown or black, white or gray. Okay. What about in terms of brand name? Panasonic. Yes, I want the brand to be Panasonic. Okay. Anything else? We actually have different brand of perception. Okay. What brand do you like? Panasonic. What about the others? Think about the ideal one. What brand do you want? What brand do you want? Can you tell me? Which brand do you want? Panasonic. Yes. Okay. Question. So there are different things. There are different benefits, different function do you want the blender to have. So what brand do you want? Panasonic. What brand can do it? Panasonic. Anything else? Philips. Panasonic, Philips, and anything else? Any other brand do you want? Only Panasonic and Philips. That's right. Okay. Any other brands do you want? Teflon. Okay. Well understood. Another question. Okay. Now, for what kind of dishes do you want to use the ideal blender to help you with the cooking? What kind of dishes? Any dishes do you want to use the ideal blender for? Okay. Is there anything else? So, after the preparation, is there anything else you want? Is there anything else you want? Maybe I want it to be able to mix as well. Okay. Whatever you want, you can easily suggest. Okay. Is there anything else you want? Well, I also want to mix. Yes. I also want to mix. Okay. I want a function to help me mix. Okay. Got it. I do want to mix as well. Okay. Well understood. Or probably I want to crush the ice as well. I want it to be able to crush ice. Okay. Anything else? Crush ice. That's right. Or mix. You also want it to mix. That's right. So, can you imagine how do you want it to mix? it has a kind of function that can help mix the food up, you know, mix the food upside down. Right. Turn the food upside down. So instead of having the knife, you want some kind of, you know, item that help you mix the food up. That's right. Okay, well understood. And you know, the food would not be crushed. Okay, well understood. Anything else? Is there anything else? What else do you want? What else do you want? You know the base. I want the base to be smaller. Why? Why do you want the base to be smaller? I don't want it to be smaller because the base is actually the engine. The base is the machine. I don't want it to be smaller. Okay. And it just stand there, so I don't need it to be smaller. Okay. The last question. Well, at home, do you actually have the hand blender or the food processor? Do you have it? Yes. So, why don't you use them? I don't. Why don't you use them? I don't want to use them. And why don't you use them? I don't need them. Okay. So anyway, because you have a blender, so you don't need the hand blender. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? I don't need them. Okay. The electronic blender works very well, so I don't need any hand blender. Okay, well understood. Okay, got it. Okay, I finished my question. Thank you very much. Thanks for spending time here today with me. So I really appreciate your time. So now can you please go and get your incentive? Okay, so I'm going to turn off the screen. Got it. Thank you. Làm ở mấy cái mùa này chị thấy làm cái gì thấy đáp viên thì không tập trung, đúng không? Thì tùm lum tà la hết trơn. Nói gì?
Giống như là kiểu ai cũng làm cho
ai
có.
Nói chung là
Không có nhiều biết.
Chị không hiểu khách hàng có thật sự có thích đi finding nhiều được hay không?
Yeah, giống như
là khách hàng có tâm trí để mà đọc finding không?
Nó đang bị lắp ra bên đó thấy vậy.
Mà nó thông tin nó đâu có sâu gì đâu, em thấy không?
Nhưng mình nhìn mình thấy nó cũng
Em thấy mình vô duyên. Thật sự là